Hey everyone, so today's episode, how to pickle vegetables because winter is coming. And let me know what you think. Maybe the bomba? Or the peppers? Maybe the garlic, Or, cabbage workout? So, stay tuned because we're going to start now. Hey everyone, today I'm going to show you 4 ways of pickling vegetables and to save money. How many times you compare prices when you buy vegetables in the summer and in the winter, and the price skyrocket? So there is a solution. Don't buy in the winter. Pickle in the summer and enjoy all winter. I'm going to show you 4 different ways of pickling vegetables with the recipes and ingredients, everything in the description below. So make sure to check it out. And now, let's start. We're going to use different jars, and all of them were cleaned with soap and hot water to sterilize them from inside. We're going to use olive oil, balsamic, vegetable oil, and also apple cider vinegar. So, let's start working on the vegetables, one by one. So we're going to start with our peppers because we need to roast them in the oven and let them chill, and after that we're going to pickle them. So we're going to take the peppers and take all the stems from them, cut them in the middle and take the seeds out. So, come closer, take a look. Discard the seeds and the white part. Put them with the skin up. Beautiful. All the skin up, the flesh is down. Why? To give it a nicer caramelization on top with the grill that I'm going to put oil on everything, pepper, fine salt. We're going to use the rock salt as a preservative, and the fine salt will give the saltiness. Rosemary on top, marinade, nice amount. Don't forget to put a couple of peppers aside for the bomba. Otherwise you're going to use everything and you're going to have really hot bomba. For this, we're going to add also fresh garlic that we're going to crush each clove and just toss in between them. After putting the garlic, we're going to put it in the oven on 430 degrees Fahrenheit or 220 degrees Celsius for about 8 to 10 minutes to give it a nice color. Take it out, let it chill, and the peppers will continue cooking and will become soft. Then, after they are chilled, put them in the jars. So, 3 lbs of garlic, it was only $3. So, pot, going to be really simple and easy. Garlic. So in the first method we are roasting and pickling. Second method we're going to boil the garlic in oil, and after that we're going to put it in jars. So when all the garlic is in the pot, we're going to add a couple of bay leaves, peppercorn, little bit rock salt, pepper, fine salt. Again, the rock salt acting here as a preservative, and the fine salt actually giving the taste to the product. So when you're actually going to taste it from the jar in a month or 2, it's going to be nice and it's not going to be plain. And now, oil. Beautiful. We really want the garlic to be almost covered. Now we're going to add more rosemary. I'm going to break it a little bit, and after that add the steam itself. Now we're going to put it on a stove. I'm doing it on 6 out of 9 electric stove power. Bring it to boil, lower the heat. I will probably going to lower it to 4. Smear it for another 5 minutes. Take it off the heat, let it chill, and after that we will put them in jars. Now we're going to work on the bomba, and we're going to chop everything, the chopper that I'm usually using, and it's a brown mixer with the chopper, whisker and everything. If you want to look, you have it in the description below, a link to Amazon site. So, going to start with the chilies. Going to touch the steams, put them inside, touch, and chop. Detach, open, beautiful. Everything into one tray. Now, onion, going to peel them, cut them into quarters, put them in the chopper, close, give it a couple of pulses, beautiful. Out. Same with the peppers, in the chopper, couple of pulses, out. Peppers with peppers, eggplant, we're going to peel it, cut it a little bit, also, so it's going to fit, chop, out. Now, the artichokes without the oil. This moment, I'm not going to put the artichoke with the vegetables that we're going to cook. I'm going to put it back into the oil. And when we're actually going to preserve it in the cans, we're going to add the oil with the artichoke to the peppers, the onion, and the eggplant. I already see that the garlic is boiling. Reduce into 4. Let it smear now. 5 minutes, take it off. Let's check the peppers. Ooh, careful with the steams. Beautiful. I'm going to flip them over, top to bottom, bottom to top. If you have a convection oven, it's much better, it's much easier, but working with what we have. And sometimes the fire alarm. The garlic is already smeared. 5 minutes, put it from the heat. Peppers out. Careful with the steam and the fire alarm. Garlic soft, peppers roasted, nice. Now we're going to let them chill, and after that, start canning. Meantime, we're waiting for the peppers and the garlic to chill down before we are going to canning them. Let's work on the bomba, because we need to cook it also, and the brine for the cabbage. We have water here, roughly 300 milliliters, but maybe we're not going to use everything. 1.5 tablespoons of fine salt for 3 kilos of cabbage or 6 pounds of cabbage for the brine. Well, the fine salt, it's actually giving again the saltiness, and the rock salt is acting as a preservative and also a moisture releaser, because we're going to rub with the gross salt the cabbage and it's going to release much more liquid. This is why we don't need so much liquid here. We're going to add this liquid because we're going to infuse the cabbage with the flavor. How we're going to infuse it with flavor? Because we're going to add bay leaves also here and peppercorn. Bring it to boil, and after that we're going to use this one for marinating the cabbage. And meantime this is boiling, we're going to work on the bomba. A little bit oil, all the onion. Both of them are on 9 out of 9. We really want to make it quick. If you want, you can add a little bit of the oil of the artichoke, more flavor. Now we're going to add the eggplant. Also stir it. 2-3 cloves of garlic. I'm slicing it, you can also chop it. Because the pan is too small for everything, I'm going to take it out, and in the same pan we're going to add the chilies and the peppers with more oil. The chilies and the peppers, and all the cooking process done with vegetable oil and not olive oil, because I'm using olive oil as a seasoning ingredient in the end, because if you're going to cook with it, most of the flavor are disappearing, and we want to bring the flavor of all the vegetables. So this is done and this is done. Turn off, take it out. This moment we're going to add the artichokes with the oil and mix it. A couple of elements that are missing in the bomba are salt, pepper, and oregano for now. So season with salt, season with pepper and oregano. Now let's let it sit, chill completely, and after that we'll add the olive oil and a little bit balsamic. But for now, let's work on the cabbage. So we're going to cut it into quarters and shred it and also the carrot. Let's add black pepper to all the cabbage and 1.5 tablespoons of rock salt to the pot. And now start rubbing the cabbage inside the pot until it folds in size and releasing juices. When it felt in size, we're going to add more cabbage and keep rubbing it until all the cabbage in one pot. Now we're going to put it into the jars. And now we're going to put the cheesecloth with a rubber band on them and let them ferment, because I like my cabbage a little bit with a kick, you know, fermented. So we're going to put it on a tray because the cabbage itself is going to keep releasing juices and also it's going to start to ferment, so you will see a little bit foam on top. Don't be scared, it's okay. It's regular stuff. So better to put it on a tray. So if you're going to have a foam that go over the edges, it's not going to split all over the floor on everything. And now let's move to the bomba. So for the bomba, we will need balsamic, just a little bit for the touch, and olive oil. What is left to do? Just to put inside the jar. Now we have a little bit left over, so peppers. Why not? They're going to be much more flavored. So let's put the peppers here. For this one, a little bit balsamic also. Just a little bit. Apple cider vinegar. In my opinion, it gives a kick. And olive oil. Also seasoning. And mix it. Try to put one at a time, two at a time, so when you're going to open it and lift, you're going to take only one and you're not going to start tearing them. Make everything nice and put vegetable olive oil on top. One thing left, the garlic. And this is how you preserve different vegetables in 4 different ways. And for this video, I'm going to leave you with a little bit homework to do. So in the next 3 days, because the cabbage is not done yet, you're going to take the cheesecloth and using a wood spoon, you're going to punch the cabbage from the top to the bottom to release a little bit of gases that the cabbage is going to create. After 3 days of doing this, you're going to take lids and just close it. So let me know what you think about this video in the comments below. Let me know if you have other ways of pickling vegetables or if you have your own recipe that you want to share with me, and maybe I will make it here. Thank you very much. I'm Monday and this is Think of Food.